Yo, shout out to Sir Bravian for such a magnificent song. So, kick it off, bruv. The whole slate is coming. Let's get it.
Well, I was too hit like a thunder roll. Shook the PlayStation faithful right down to their soul. They thought exclusives were a fortress wall. But now those walls, they start to fall. Final
Come on,
Fantasy
guys.
remake,
Let's talk about it.
Showing up
It's been a while.
Xbox. What you gonna do?
Let's talk about it.
Fanboys crying, petitions in hand. But real gamers just understand. Shouting in vain, you lost your grip and losing your game. Could have spoke with your wallet, but you stood still. Now Xbox to experience the whole damn thrill. Whole slate's coming, Joel and Ellie too. Whole slate's coming, intergalactic coming through. Whole slate's coming, watch Killzone ignite. Whole slate's coming, I feel like resistance tonight.
Where is factions? Where is factions? Where is factions?
She gone, man.
Last of Us taking a brand new ride. Shadow of the Colossus standing by Xbox's side. Uncharted treasures ready to show. Sackboy packing up and he's ready to go. Bloodborne shadows creeping slow. Ratchet and Clank putting on a show. Could've stopped this if you bought the game, but you just whined and now it's all the same. Whole slate's coming, hear the thunder roll. Whole slate's coming, crashing through your soul. Whole slate's coming, no escaping fate. Whole slate's coming, through the Game Pass gate. Whole slate's coming.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. How are you guys doing? How are you guys feeling? It's been a while. Are you guys hearing me clearly? I had to change up my setup this evening because I can't access my setup. So how are you guys going? Are you guys hearing me clearly? I'm using one of those headsets that they would have sent me. Good, man. Yes, you good. All right, good. So first time I'm using these headsets, I just want to make sure you guys are hearing me. Just turn down that background music there. It's grooving too much there, man. We're grooving too much. So how are you guys doing, man? How are you guys doing? It's been a while. I didn't have a podcast last time. However, I said I will not miss this week. Right now, there's a lot going on right now at work, personally. But I said, let me not take 2 weeks off, man. I have to bring these news. So let me just say shout out to Karen Raisin Potato Salad here, man. When it is, you have one of those Karen potato raisin salad. I mean, your mouth could only do is water, man. Why so serious? Why so serious? How you doing, man? Why so serious? Very active in the community. I saw you there chilling on Dirt channel. Let me say shout out to John Bon Zombie. John Bon, that's a fancy zombie name, man. You a zombie with class. John Bon Zombie. Shout out to you. Mr. Glass, 7133. What up, man? Petitions are in our hands, man. How you doing? How the family doing? Sosuke Eisen, the deadliest captain out. What up, Sosuke? We have CQ. What up, man? So shout out to you, shout out to the family. A Cat King, the king of the cats. None other than Cat King. How you doing, Cat King? Dolomite. What up? What up, Dolomite? We got the Cat King in the chat, man. Shout out to all you guys in the chat. Don't forget to do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and support your boy. You know, I'm throwing that gaming show coming up on December the 26th, sorry. Look out for that. I still have a little more nominees to put out so you guys could vote. You know, support your boy. Let me say shout out to Professor Strong, the only professor we need for this great nation. Professor Strong, what up? Shout out to everyone in the chat, man. So let me just say that this week again had a lot of news. So the first story we are going to cover today is basically Nintendo Wilding. Now I'll tell you something. I was introduced to gaming with Nintendo, right? I have a soft spot in my heart for Nintendo, although they are doing some crazy things of recent. But Nintendo is foundation for me for gaming. Right now, I'm an Xbox guy. I primarily play on Xbox. But sometimes I sit down and I watch Nintendo and what Nintendo has become. I don't know what Nintendo is doing. I don't know if it is Nintendo has became a little more arrogant as they started to sell a lot of Switches. But I mean, Nintendo is wilding. Now, why do I say Nintendo is wilding? Because if you guys haven't heard, we know that Metroid Prime 4 would have been released recently. And it just so happened that in order to, well, as you all know, in Metroid Prime, there is a desert area. And because the desert area is so expansive, you know, persons is, they are saying that, it's boring. It's boring just riding around on a bike collecting crystals and diamonds and these things. Diamonds are forever. You know what I'm saying? However, some persons realize that in order to hear a little bit of music, you have to pay. Yes? Nintendo is telling everyone that who buys a Metroid, that they didn't come here to make friends.
I'm not looking for friends in this thing, people. I'm not looking for friends. I'm looking for money.
Nintendo is not looking for friends. You feel Nintendo want to be your old friends? Nintendo want the money. Where the money at? So notice what it's saying here. But I found this story very interesting. It says Metroid Prime 4 has optional music locked behind a $30 paywall. Want to choose the music you listen to in the desert of Vuros while riding your Viola? Then you will better buy a Samus Aran amiibo. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is out this week, ending an 18-year hiatus between this game and the release of Metroid Prime 3 Corruption in 2007. Samus Aran picks up a few new tricks in this sequel, including her new bike, the Viola. But if you want to hear some optional ambient music while Samus cruises the desert of Euros, it's going to cost you $30, $30 in this economy, or the price of a Samus Aran amiibo. Now, guys, this is wild. I didn't expect Nintendo to do this like this, man. I mean, I know they would have the first person to have the $80 game, $90 game, but I mean, paying $30 just to hear some music. Nintendo, you wilding, man. Nintendo, you are wilding. Players have discovered that plugging the Samus amiibo enables Viola Radio, which enables players to choose the music that accompanies Samus' extended journey across the Soul Valley Desert on the Viola. There is already some ambient music and noise to go with those scenes. This just allows players to choose music tracks from other areas to listen to. Finishing the game will also unlock 2 additional tracks. Wow, Nintendo in playing. You guys have to pay. Anybody who is buying this new Metroid, I mean, Nintendo need to read the room. They have already gotten a lot of bad press when it comes to some of their business practices, whether it be the price of the Switch, the price of their games, and so forth. But they are not reading the room. But again, Nintendo might be saying that they don't need to read the room because at the end of the day, right now the Switch 2 is the highest selling console. So Nintendo right now is winning. But I mean, this is not a good move there. I don't approve of this move. This move is crazy. What Nintendo is doing, simply crazy. So let me know what you thought about what Nintendo has done with Metroid Prime 4. Do you think that they beat Sony? I know Sony had some bad business practices, but man, this was crazy. So that was the Metroid story. Next, we have another story. Now, this story comes from someone coming back to Microsoft. I remember when a number of developers was either retiring or leaving Xbox to move on. A lot of these ponies made it a big deal that devs were leaving Microsoft. They would have said that to indicate that Microsoft, no one wants to work at Microsoft. Microsoft is dead. They're dying. They're sinking. Now, it just so happened that someone is coming back, but I'm not hearing any ponies talking about it. Someone is coming back, and these ponies are silent. Now, let's listen and see what this guy is saying here. Let me know if you guys are hearing the audio.
To the point where she expects one when I come home, too. So that's 2 walnuts a day I got to pay this thing to get to my own place. So second, I should point out that I'm back at Obsidian.
Hello. So he left Obsidian. I believe he was one of the founders of Obsidian, or was it the one of the founders of Obsidian. When he left, the ponies made a big deal over this, man. But all of a sudden now, we are seeing that he's back, and these guys are very quiet. Let me just say shout out to Vital Vampire. What up, man? Shout out to you and the fam, man.
I'm their full-time employee and in person, so not remote. So I'm not a contractor anymore. So this means that I'm not working in other places, although there's at least one game that I worked on that I know is going to ship. So I don't know if it'll be next year.
Microsoft is so dead that game developers who retired, these guys worked all their life. These guys are saying it's time to rest. We are seeing gamers, or rather devs, are coming back to Microsoft. Where's the news around this? I thought
year
Microsoft
or
was
the year after, but a game's going to come out that's not an Obsidian game. They'll have my name in the credits because I did work for it.
So he's saying that he worked on a game that will soon be revealed, and his name will have credits for the credits in the game, right?
There are other games I worked on. I'm not sure they're going to ship. The 2020 to 2025 was a weird time in the industry, and a lot of games got started, and a lot of games got canceled. So I really don't know the status of all the games that I contracted on.
Right.
I also can't talk about the project I'm working on at Obsidian, just because.
So he's working on a project here at Obsidian, but he's not sharing the project he's working on, right? So again, Obsidian output for this generation has been crazy. How many games Obsidian would have pumped out so far for the generation? It's a lot. So he's even saying there's another game Obsidian is working on that he is working on. So we'll have to wait to see the reveal of that game as well. Let's listen.
That's covered under NDA. Don't bother guessing. You're not going to guess right. I would say that I'm probably a lot less retired now than I was before. So the whole video I have on being semi-retired, I guess I'm not. I've been here for a little over a week. I already have 4 new shirts. This is a shirt that Obsidian designed in memoriam for Terry Hess, an artist who passed away.
So let me hear what you guys think. What game do you think he's working on? He said you won't be able to guess it. So I'm guessing it's a new IP. It can't be a sequel. If it is he's saying you won't be able to guess it, this has to be a new IP, right? Logically. So what game you think he's working on? Let me know in the comment sections below. But it's just interesting that how the gaming media, they are very quick to say when someone is leaving Microsoft, but when persons are coming back to Microsoft, in this case Obsidian, no one is making podcasts off of that. No one is saying anything. Microsoft is so dead that persons are running back. Yes, persons are running back, just like how these ponies, they run for Sony. So yes, so that's 2 stories. One story, we have Nintendo tripping. Get him, Nintendo. $50 to hear sweet music like this. Nintendo tripping as always, and now we have another guy coming back to the fold of Microsoft. Nintendo's tripping, man. They are tripping. Now, it's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, what do I say is interesting? You see, I don't forget, guys. I don't forget. Now, I was trying to find a video with Jimmy Neutron, but I didn't find it in time for the stream. But I remember Jimmy Neutron together with a number of ponies saying that Microsoft should not take any credit for Expedition 33. Do you guys remember that? Do you guys remember when these ponies said Microsoft deserves nothing? Hey, let me just say shout out is that my brother there, the Archangel Nexus? What up, man? How you guys doing across there, man? It's been a while. And you guys need to hop on the show and talk your stuff, man. See you, right, Professor Strong? Yeah. So look at this here, guys. You all remember this when Grum said, "Hey guys, Clear Upscale to the Tree is pretty cool game, but what about Microsoft? Sorry, Game Pass didn't make it a success. Or Game Pass would have saved Avowed the Dragon Age, which didn't. These people are absolutely seething that the indie studio can crush their beloved AAA propaganda games. among recent articles, lamented the deprofessionalism of game development. You can't make this stuff up. So Grumps together with, and he got a lot of traction with this particular tweet, right? He got a lot of traction with this particular tweet. He was saying that here what, Microsoft deserve no credit for clear obscure Expedition 33. Well, it just so happened that Grumps didn't know what he was talking about, like most times, right? Because the own developers of Clear Obscure, this is what they said. And it's just amazing. Let me just say, even in our game show that is happening, every category that Expedition 33 goes in, it wins. Right now, Expedition 33 is the hottest game. It wins every category, hands down. That does show how many gamers enjoy this game. That does show how much value Game Pass had this year. So I just had to say that right away. So here what it says. Clear Obscure director says putting it on Game Pass lower the barrier of entry and help to reach a wider audience. So the dev there at Expedition 33, they said Game Pass was good for them. Here what it says, Xbox helped us reach the word out there and reach a lot of players. So you all remember when Expedition 33 was just coming out and Microsoft had it on their showcases, had it on there in the direct. Microsoft really did push this game, and no doubt the team there at Expedition 33, they saw the benefits of partnering with Xbox, right? It goes on to say that the creative director of Clear Obscure 33 has acknowledged the role Game Pass played in helping to spread the word about the game's quality. But guys, I thought Game Pass was no good. I thought Xbox was dead. Why are the developers praising a dead platform, a dead model? What's going on here, guys? Could anyone explain that? This just goes to show again that these guys don't know what they speak of. They just talk, right? So it goes on. Hear what he says here, right? So I'll skip this part. Hear what it says. This year has been so far beyond what any of us could have imagined. And it's down to how passionate and supportive our fans have been to make that a reality, right? What's his name? Broich said, it's really nerve-wracking to be a new studio releasing our first game, but the support of everyone has really made everything feel like a dream. Broich says has attributed some of this success to Xbox Game Pass, right? Which says was a useful way of getting the game in the hands of people who may not traditionally play turn-based RPGs, but we're more willing to try it out as part of their subscription rather than outright buying it at full price. Let me just say there's a lot of Final Fantasy fans who jumped on Expedition 33. A lot of Final Fantasy fans who did not like the direction Square Enix was going with Final Fantasy. And this game made it good for them. They basically remember the Final Fantasy or the Square Enix of old playing this game. From being there to announce our game back in summer 2024 to coming to the studio for the developer direct video in January, Xbox helped us get the word out there and reach a lot of players, Broich said, adding that Game Pass lets a lot of people try the game when maybe they might have before. So again, although persons have a lot of criticism for Game Pass, here is another dev praising Game Pass for what it is they did to their game. So, I mean, why would you listen to these guys on Twitter, on YouTube, saying that here what Game Pass is no good when the actual devs are saying that here what it is benefiting our game. Game Pass is benefiting our game. That's just the fact of the matter. Right? Let me just say shout out to everyone in the chat. Let me just say shout out to Mandalorian Martin. Mandalorian Martin, shout out to you and the family, man. Hit the like button as you come in there, man. So, I mean, this is just a nice positive news again. The effects of Game Pass and how Game Pass is reaching a lot of players all over the world. Despite what Tim Dog says, I mean, Tim Dog has nothing that he could say to us. Continue dancing, Tim Dog. Continue dancing. Yeah, man, wiggle and jiggle, man. Come on, don't jump. Nobody could hold your weight from Tom. You're too big for that. Come on, man. So, I mean, despite what these guys are saying, we are seeing the effects of Game Pass. Right? But let me hear what you guys think. Do you guys think that Expedition 33 would win Game of the Year? I mean, I know Jeff Keighley cannot be trusted, but, I mean, if Expedition 33 doesn't win Game of the Year, I know persons are going to riot. I know that. But again, you can't take these Game Awards too serious, right? That's a given. So, let's move on. So, talking about Game Pass, we had the Rolling Stones. Hey, shout out to Bounty Killer. Bounty, oh, what up, man? Hey, I hope you and the family doing okay, Bounty. I know right now Jamaica is rebuilding, so you guys are concerned in our prayers, man. So shout out to you and the fam there in sweet old Jamaica. Okay, so let's move on. You see, recently, Rolling Stones would have had their Game of the Year, and we would have seen that a number of games would have won. But notice who won again. So the Rolling Stones top 25 games of 2025 features 2 Xbox first-party titles. We recently mentioned how 3 Xbox first-party games had made the cut in the AP top 10 releases of 2025. So tell me this, how could these awards show recognize most of the games that Microsoft made this year, but Jeff Keighley can't recognize most of those games? Could anyone explain that? Come on, man. Come on. Hey, Delmas, what up, Delmas? I'm doing good, Delmas. I'm a bit busy, but I'm doing good. Shout out to you and the fam, Delmas. Yeah, so the AP, so Microsoft had 3 Xbox first-party games made the cut in the top 10 of the AP top 10 releases of 2025, and now we have gotten another list from Rolling Stones, a top 25 of 2025 roundup. That includes 2 Xbox titles, first-party titles in there. So the 2 games was Ninja Gaiden 4 and South of Midnight, which finished 16th and 11th spot respectively. Clear Obscure Expedition 33 takes the number 1 spot to the surprise of very few. So this is the list here, guys. Claire is number 1. Now I'm seeing a lot of persons talking about Hades, but for some reason, no, I am not hearing anything about this Hades. Hades is also nominated for Jeff Keighley's Game of the Year, but for some reason, I'm not hearing gamers talking about Hades. Is Hades really that big? Did I miss the boat here with this Hades? We have a Nintendo game, Donkey Kong Bonanza, that was number 3. We have Dispatch. I'm hearing Dispatch was good too. That was number 4. Ghost of Yote was number 5. Shout out Ponies, you got a number 5 there, man. Blueprints, I heard Blueprints was fire this year as well. So there's a number of games here But I'm just happy to see that there are recognition for Xbox games in certain media outlets. So, what are you guys' thoughts on this particular nomination and how some of Xbox games would have won, or at least made the list when it comes to the Rolling Stones list? So shout out to the Rolling Stone gaming editor there for bringing in those games. Did I miss anyone? No. Hey, I did miss someone. Hey, what about Anime Source Central? What up, Anime Source Central? Shout out to you. Right? Cat King. Yes, Cat King. He's around. Right. So let's move on. So there were big news this week. And this news here, a lot of PlayStation fans thought I would not have covered it. Now, it's very interesting. This podcast is designed to, take out the misinformation that these ponies are using to cause havoc. And we are going to do it logically, right? Now, this week, a number of ponies would have posted, just recently, could have been about a day or two, they would have posted this, right? Look at this. Look at what these ponies posted. Ponies posted this. Xbox was outsold by a console no one has heard of during US Black Friday, right? So this was an article by Windows Central, and apparently this little device outsold the Xbox. Now, let me just say that this was a given. Microsoft is not prioritizing their console, and that is evident. Microsoft would have raised their console right before Black Friday, right? There were critics that were shouting at Microsoft for doing that. But if Microsoft wanted to sell a lot of consoles Black Friday, they would have been a little more bullish when it comes to putting deals on, not raising the prices and so forth. So when it is you see all of this noise, it's very good to put it into context, right? Let me just say shout out to Professor Strong with that $2 super chat. Professor Strong is saying NG4 and SOM are the two best games this year. Yeah. Facts. So although we are seeing a lot of persons has a lot of games this year, those games really did stand out this year, Professor Strong. Shout out to you for that $2 super chat. So, I mean, this is what a lot of these ponies were talking about this week. Apparently, this console outsold the Xbox. What the ponies didn't say. You know what these ponies didn't say, guys? Guess what these ponies didn't say? Look at this here. Look what they omitted. A console no one has heard about just stopped the PlayStation 5 sales in the US. They purposely left out the PlayStation 5 as well. These guys are sick. They're sick, Charlie Murphy. These guys need help. You know what I'm saying? So yes, not only did this console outsell the Xbox, it also outsold PlayStation 5 in the US. Now, as I said before, Microsoft is still catering their console for those who want to play their consoles, like a gamer like me or someone like you, those who want the console experience, but their focus clearly is not the console. But it does hurt more when your focus is the console and you are still outsold by this particular game. And this is exactly what happened to PlayStation. Right? Hear what it says. Sakuna's most recent release of hardware sales in the United States just revealed a tantalizing tidbit about an unknown piece of hardware that's making waves this holiday season. In a post on social media by Sakuna's Matt Piscatella, it was revealed that the next Playground interactive gaming system, first time I heard about this. You guys heard about this? This is the new hotness in the streets. First time I heard about that. It says, right, outsold the PlayStation 5 during the week ending November 22nd, 2025. So this console not only outsold the Xbox, it also outsold the PlayStation. These ponies fail to understand that as well. So hear what it says. So the next Playground came in just behind pole position, held by Nintendo Switch 2 Mario Kart World Bundle, this year's hottest Christmas gift. What is next for next Playground? Matt Piscatella tells post on social media revealed that the next Playground interactive gaming system beat the PlayStation 5 Slim Digital in sales. Wow! In the United States, midway through November, prompting many to ask what the device even is. What is this device? Let's know. Yo! Bounty. Yo, Bounty, man. Thanks, man. Bounty does drop some gifted there, man. 10 gifted. Shout out to you, Bounties. Shout out to you, Bounty, for dropping 10 gifted. So those who have the gifted, of course, you'll be getting some of the content day one before it releases. So shout out to Bounty, man, guys. Say big up to Bounty in the chat, man. Big up to you, Bounty. Shout out to the Ice Pick. Ice Pick, what up, man? Ice Pick 64. Shout out to you. Ice Pick is saying that yeah, it looks like an Android box, but I don't know what it. I didn't see no advertising for this particular device. I didn't see anything. So what is so hot about this device? What does it do? Let me see what it says. The next Playground has been around since 2023, but it's gathering steam now ahead of this year's holiday season. It's part of the new line of interactive game consoles designed for families and young gamers. Oh, it's for young gamers, allowing them to turn their television into engaging experience without the need for controllers. Interesting. So it says it's like a Connect Eye toy or PlayStation camera, but you don't need a console to make it work as it is the console. So it's like Connect. It's an AI-powered device that sits next to your television, offering a range of games like Fruit Ninja, Bluey. What are we? This is. That's no. Wait. This is a new hotness in the street, guys. Fruit Ninja and Bluey. Is that what is beating your PlayStation 5 these days? What do you have to say about that? Tim Dog?
Let's go! Clap! Clap! Clap!
Come on! Come on!
Clap!
Come on! You have anything to say about that?
Come on! Come on! Come on! I see you, Pat.
This children's voice,
We call it here poppin' Pat, y'all.
Like,
Make some noise!
come on, and you here dancing. Look at this guy dance.
We're Filmo Juicy!
Oh, good. Guys, just now hold on before the stream ends. Oh Lord Father. Right. Are you guys still here? What's going on here, man? Everybody's still here. Everybody's still here. Yes, I think we are back on. Right. So, I mean, this is crazy by itself, but having all of this, guys, hold on 1 minute here. My laptop was just dying, so hold up 1 minute. Let me just set back up my screen. One minute here. Let me just set back up my screen. Yeah, because this thing is going crazy. Right. So we are back up. We are back up and running. So yes, Fruit Ninja, Bluey, NHL, was this Puck Rush and Barbie Dance? What? So apparently this how much is the console? The next Playground cost $250. So yes, given the economy, a lot of persons would pick this for their kids. And seeing that it's interactive like the Wii, I'm guessing like this is what would be the toy or the gadget of the holiday season, where a lot of parents, rather their children move, a lot of parents seeing the price and saying, you know what, this is a good little device for my child. But I mean, shout out to the next Playground team. I mean, they are killing it with this console. I didn't believe that this console was doing all of this damage to everyone. Shout out to them, man. Now, let me just say this. A lot of these ponies, they think they know what Microsoft is doing. A lot of these ponies believed that here what Microsoft was done making console. But to my surprise, this week, I saw a particular news article. So remember this, right? Remember that we just saw this console destroy the sales of the Xbox, destroy the sales of the PlayStation 5. It destroyed everything. But look at this here, guys. Look at this. Hey, is that Adidas 20? Adidas, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you, Adidas. Salute. And I hear this. Shout out to you, man. Yeah, just for you and for Bounty, man. Let these ponies hold on to this.
Oh, good! One and done! He ain't getting up!
You know how that slap rocked those ponies there? Yeah, that is what we want. We want these ponies' jaw to be rocked with a slap like that. But look at this. I thought Microsoft was not selling no consoles nowhere. Why would Microsoft be doing this? Look at this, guys. Look at this. This is a report by Tweetong. Look at this here. Report. Foxconn Vietnam plant ready to produce millions of Xbox consoles for Microsoft. Did I share it? Are you guys seeing it? Are you guys seeing the article, by the way? You're right. You guys have seen it. Good. Right. So here what it says, right? It says, new reports indicate that Microsoft's supplier are ready to produce 4 million Xbox consoles in Vietnam amid substantial price hikes for components. So if you all notice, Microsoft is still producing Xbox Series X and S. It goes on to say, Microsoft overseas suppliers are ready to produce Xbox consoles in Vietnam, which should improve the negative profit margin for the company games hardware. So it appears that what was adding to the loss of Microsoft sales was they were not able to make consoles. Yeah, they were not able to make consoles. Xbox consoles are produced at a loss, meaning Microsoft loses money by selling the hardware. Thanks to tariff and rising manufacturing costs, Microsoft is now losing more money on each console produced than they ever have before. The company tried to stabilize costs by increasing price for customers, and Xbox Series consoles face two separate MSRP hikes in 2025 alone. At the time of writing, there exists an 800 Xbox Series X variant. Now this is crazy. I spent $500 for my no, I think I spent $550 for my Series X when it came out. Now it's $800. That is nuts. Now it seems like Microsoft could pull another lever to help reduce console production losses. According to new reports from Reuters, EV Foxconn is ready to produce up to 4 million consoles at the Vietnam plant. But why are they producing all of these consoles but Xbox is dead? I can't understand it. I cannot understand how they are producing these consoles and the ponies told me that Xbox is out of there. Are the ponies right or is those guys at Foxconn there right? What's going on? So, this is a next story to destroy these ponies' narratives that Microsoft is coming out of the console business. But I would say that this 4 million is nowhere close how much consoles Sony make or Nintendo make for the year. However, we know Microsoft right now is in a transitional period. Just now, Microsoft might announce the Magnus. Now, if it is you announce the Magnus, no doubt players would be basically foaming at the mouth for that. So you don't want to make or produce a lot of your current gen consoles, knowing that soon you would have to go into full swing production into your new console. So I believe Microsoft is lowballing it here because they expect to start production of their new consoles soon. Well, mass production. That is why they are not making 8 million, 10 million Xbox Series X to supply everyone worldwide. So, there's another story to defeat these ponies' thinking and all their rhetoric this week. So let me just say again, shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to Professor Strong, ripping it up, Dolomite, Bounty, Archangel, Adidas, CU, the I664. Shout out to all you guys in the chat, man. Hit the like button, subscribe if this is the first time you're hearing my podcast. We cover gaming news. We primarily focus on Xbox. However, we cover everything, right? And of course, we put these ponies in their place because you know what? These ponies are sick.
This is a sickness. It is deviant, therefore we don't want it.
Yes, they are sick. So let's move on now to our final video. And our final video, we really have to say thank you to Sony. Yes? Let me get some thank you to Sony in the chat. Now, you might be asking yourself, why are we thanking Sony? Are we thanking Sony because they are not providing factions for their players?
Where is factions?
They're not doing it because of that. Are we saying thanks to Sony because they have crap gamer in the pony realm? Get out of there, crap gamer. Get out of there. That is horses, man. What are you doing there? This ain't real. You have not ascended to be a company. Get out of there, crap gamer. This is your last chance. Get out. No, we are not settling. We are not telling Sony. See, you said what is that F Sony? Yeah, why we are saying thanks to Sony this week? Because Sony decided that they are going to give us a game that they would have funded. Now I gave my take on it. Let's listen to our friend here, VG Fight School. Let's listen to him and let's hear his turn on why is Sony still allowing these games to come onto Xbox, knowing fully well that Sony would have in the past made sure certain games did not come to Xbox. They have the power now to make this game not come to Xbox. And that game I'm talking about, guys, is God Slayer. Why is Sony still deciding to put God Slayer onto an Xbox platform? Listen. Mhm. But you know what's funny, guys? A lot of those China hero projects did not come to the Xbox. You guys hearing? So something wrong with this song? You guys hearing? Just now. Didn't I share just now, just now. I think I didn't share it. No, I didn't share it. Let's listen to VG Fight School here. Right? I didn't share it. So let's go back. Right, you guys see it now? Let's listen.
Let's talk about two things. The game that's called the God Slayer is a PlayStation China Hero project. It's launching on Xbox consoles. Some people are surprised at this. Apparently, this is...
so as I was saying there, so there were other China Hero projects that did not release on Xbox. And we understood it was not going to be released on Xbox because Sony was funding it. Yeah? Sony was funding it. So the song is okay now. You guys are hearing, everybody's hearing. Clear? To make sure the song is okay. You guys are hearing me clear, right? Everything good? Yes. Okay. Let's go.
It's not the first time that this has happened, but with all the noise that you hear about PlayStation not putting its games on Xbox or whatever it is, this game is published by a different publisher.
Okay.
But PlayStation, having already, invested in the developers one way or the other, has all kinds of different reports. Now, as the PlayStation's development pipeline, this is kind of interesting, right? You look at a game like, say, Black Myth.
But I don't understand. If Xbox is dead, if Xbox gamers don't buy games, why go through the hassle of porting this game to an Xbox? Isn't that the narrative? The narrative is that Xbox players don't buy games. The narrative is that Xbox is dead. But for some reason, Sony had the opportunity to tell the devs who are making God Slayer, hear what? That's an extra cost to bring it to Xbox. Why even bother? But here we are seeing that is not the case. So these ponies don't know what they are speaking about. They don't know what they are speaking of. Let me say shout out to D-Easy. D-Easy, shout out to you, man. If you guys like phone games, he specializes in that. Give him a sub.
Wasn't published by PlayStation on PC, right? But according to Phil Rosenberg, who has, I think, who was set for retirement, who's actually in charge of hold on, let me show you this. This is how we know that they actually money had a Black Myth Wukong. Yeah. From this particular spotlight, March 27th.
I mean, if anyone don't believe that guess what? Black Myth Wukong was money hatted. I don't know what to say again. I would have made numerous videos proving without a shadow of a doubt that is exactly what Sony did.
When he was talking about his team, He was talking about how there's a global acquisitions team. Their job is to basically go ahead and reach out to these teams that are developing games, and the people that run that team, it's led by Christian Svensson and also by Sean Benson. These are the people who find and acquire these games to put in PlayStation's portfolio. So when Phil Rosenberg was talking about this, he talked about Black Myth Wukong, he talked about Stellar Blade, he talked about Genshin Impact, and so on and so forth. This is how we just looked at this article and said, wow, what was common among all these games? They were all at some point an exclusive to PlayStation. PlayStation fanboys, you know, they denied it. They said this is not the...
Listen to me, Black Myth Wukong was money hatted by Sony. There is no way someone could convince me it was originally coming out for the Xbox. All of a sudden, they said that here, what? There's a problem porting. On the exact day it came out last year, it came out the exact day this year. So it's very obvious that this game had to be money hatted. So all of a sudden, the exact day, a year after this game was going to be released for the Xbox, give me a chance. Give me a chance. Let me say shout out to my guy there, Bounty again. Bounty. Shout, Bounty, I need to get some horns here, man. I need to get some horns for men like you, man, Bounty. Shout out to you, Bounty. Bounty said, Xbox is dead and making a lot of while being dead. It's true. Xbox is so dead. I mean, Sony is just piling on the games onto Xbox. Yeah? Just piling on the games onto Xbox. I mean, it's crazy out in these streets. Listen to me. Xbox is dead. Nothing wrong with Sony. Sony is A-OK. Nintendo, they are tripping. They are dancing on their fans' dreams. Come on, Nintendo, give them. Give them. Get them at Nintendo. Get them. Get them at Nintendo. Get them at Nintendo tripping. So yes, I mean, it's crazy. Let's go back on to VG here and let's see what he says.
Case, show us the deal like they've ever seen a PlayStation deal before, and you know they decided that they were going to go ahead and, in a sense, fight wind, say it was a Series S, which the Turk, shout out to him, played Black Myth Wukong on a potato PC that he put together, limiting the RAM and doing all kinds of crazy stuff to cripple the PC, and the game still ran. But that aside, when you kind of think about all of this is as a result of a market that is so saturated that if you're going to be bringing your games out, you really got to get your games to where more people are. And
that's the fact. The facts of the matter is this. Given this industry, I'm sure most likely Sony is seeing the numbers that first-party games do not have the same appeal like how it used to have of yesteryear. But we are seeing that in order for your game to succeed this time around, you need to put it everywhere, because you don't know how gamers would receive any particular game. So you stand a chance to put in your game everywhere.
Also leads into the conversation of this cumulative launching of games at this cadence on PC and different platforms. Now, when I made my last video where I talked about how Colin Moriarty finally has, you know, maybe he's known this reality, but he's now, you know, talking about, oh, you know, right now there are 19,000 games about to launch on Steam. Where's that tweet of his? And I was talking about this in the video. An audience member of mine said, you know, VG, you know, showing that some obscure games on, you know, actually.
Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the like button. Let's see if we can get the likes up to, what, 40? Let's see if we get the likes up to 40.
Good doesn't disprove the substantial percentage of games on Steam that are shovelware, you know. Now here's the thing. You said, why I'm so insistent of dying on this hill anyway, and there's plenty of cheaply low-made quality games on console stores too. And he says you don't have to lie about what's on Steam to defend PC gaming.
Hey, Vampire, that's you there, man. Look your style in there, man.
Vital Vampire, let me be very honest with you. When I'm talking about these shovelware games on Steam, there is a preconceived experience that is actually driving me. I'll give you a story to basically go ahead and, in a sense, expose it to you. You see, I work in education. The biggest problem we have is that education is very, very weird today. We give the kids and have given these kids the devices to do their schoolwork. Right as COVID hit, because we're working remotely, we were figuring things out, they now have access to AI. Many math teachers don't give homework anymore. They just literally tell the kids to do the work in class, because if the kids take that thing outside the classroom, it's no longer that app where you have to take a picture of the math equation and freaking ChatGPT will just solve the whole thing for them.
Yeah.
That's the problem we're facing now in schools. That's one. Secondly, those devices, they will bypass our filters and go play what you call slop. These games that y'all are calling shovelware is literally the food of Gen Z.
Yeah.
So I laugh when y'all say that, because if they catch steam, this is all they're going to play. And this is most of what they play. So you and I, millennials, Gen X, boomer, whatever it is, up. But there's an entire generation of gamer, part of that 30%. They don't have the money anyway, right? But they will play these games. Some of them have an old laptop that dad or mom gave them. That was an old gaming laptop from back in the day.
I mean, gaming is changing. Gaming is changing. Gamers and the way they play, they are changing. And if it is, these companies don't understand that here what? They need to adapt to how the playing styles these new gamers are coming up playing. They could be left in the dust. That is why I would always say that Microsoft is ahead of the curve when it comes to trying to reach gamers where they are. Because if it is gaming is changing, and guess what? Persons are not playing console gaming as they were like 10 years or 15 years ago. Then guess what? A time is going to come where most of these gamers would have changed on you, and you weren't ready to appeal the new gamers. Look at what happened with BlackBerry. Look at what happened to Nokia. All of these guys did not adapt because of the fast pace their industry was going. So I'm sure most of these guys don't want to do that as well.
They can run majority of these games. They look at it, the game is free on Steam. They download it and they can play it. Let me give you another example. And I'm giving you real life clues, because one thing that kind of puts me in a very strange position with the gaming industry and kind of looking at its trends is simply because I'm looking at the next gamer and I'm just like shocked. The next gamer is coming. Guys, I told y'all before, we need not judge gaming from the perspective of the unks of gaming. That's the biggest error that we'd make. This is why a small obscure YouTube channel.
Let me ask you guys, how much of you guys are the unks of gaming, man? I think I'm an unk. Yeah, I think I'm an unk of gaming. Yeah, I'm what? I'm 37 years. Yeah, I think I will classify myself as an unk. Are you an unk? Who is an unk in gaming in this chat here? Let me see how many unks it have in this chat. Hey, what up? What up? P-Lump, man. P-Lump, are you an unk of gaming? Hey, there's a lot of, hey, Brazil said, Brazil, you are unk. See you are unk. Let me play that music there for P-Lump, man. Shout out to you, P-Lump. Let's get this thing started. It's been a while, guys. It's been a while. Look at these punks here. On the punks, look at these punks here, man. Woo! That's good. Let's get it. Heal up. Let's roll it. Go on. Yeah. What? Diddy? Not a Diddy there, man. What? There's no Diddy in that group. You crazy? Yo, that Diddy thing is wild, man. I can't look at a Butler baby oil ever again, man. That's crazy. Diddy, you wild, man. Yo, shout out to everyone. Shout out to P-Lump for getting the trade started. But yeah, who are unks in this chat here? We saw see you as an unk. I will classify myself as an unk. Vital Viper, I saw VG5 School addressing you there in the video. I mean, there's a lot of MCell. Are you a unk? Yeah, man. There's a lot of unks in this chat here.
Talking about video games is literally telling you things that other big YouTube channels or more established YouTube channels around the gaming conversation are arriving to 2 years later. Why?
Professor
Because by happenstance, I just got a head start on them. Not because, I'm super unique or whatever. I'm just observing the daily life in the future generation that's going to be coming out and playing.
Nearly every gamer under the age of 15, I am seeing playing on their phones. I am not seeing a lot of young gamers coming home to play consoles. That just ain't happening. They are playing on their phones. They are playing on their laptops. They are playing on their tablets. They are not coming home and booting up a console. The persons who love consoles, the persons who would have had their formative years back in the early 90s, back in the early 2000s, those are the guys who are console gamers today. Let's face facts.
The games. It's just, and I have to literally sit there like, what's the name of that game where you try to boink one thing that comes out of like a groundhog and you're like, yo.
Now, Dolomite, you started gaming before Nintendo. Come on, Dolomite, come on. Nah, buddy. Dolomite, you grown. Shout out to you, man. To beat this age and still playing gaming by Dolomite. Shout out to you. I have hope for me. Dolomite said he'd been playing before Nintendo. So that's now. Before Nintendo consoles, right, Dolomite? Not Nintendo as a company, because Nintendo is over 100 years old. Hey, Pilum says, hell nah. I'm a YN. No, you know YN. You know YN, Pilum. Come on, man. You know what? Shout out to Pilum. He is a YN, man. That man is young. The hours you stream for Pilum. Yo, shout out to Pilum, man. Guys, if you guys want some good content as well, focus on gaming, go and hit up Pilum on YouTube and subscribe to Pilum, man. Pilum, those guys out there, awesome, man. So yeah, I mean, a lot of these gamers, we are getting older.
That's how we're putting out fires when blocking websites that these kids are going to play these weird video game slops. So I'm looking at these games that you call slops, and I'm saying, man, Steam is the. If they look at, they'll be like, oh my god, they'll be infatuated. They won't even think about your, Spider-Man games. Back to that example, a colleague of mine who, we've been talking about, building a PC for his, son. Finally, the son has finally left his Nintendo Switch, doesn't use it much, uses his VR device and plays more games on his phone. But he's been asking that he wants to build a gaming PC. He's not asking for a PlayStation. He's not asking for an Xbox. I told you these kids at PlayStation, I said PlayStation, they're more PC oriented because that's what they're used to. Remember, we gave them the...
It's crazy how kids are more leaning to PC now. That's crazy.
Devices years ago to improve their productivity so they're not losing papers on assignments and all this. We were trying to do something good. Well, the decision makers anyways. I'm just the lowly educator. So I finally, said, while he was asking me questions about GPU, because the boy bought a motherboard from his own savings. He bought himself a PC case and a few other things. So he needed to get some other components. And so I told, my colleague, my bro, I said, bro, man, what you need to do is just ask him, instead of going to buy an expensive GPU or a GPU that's not going to be sufficient, ask him his top 5 played games. And here's the text message I received. Thank God I had it in writing. He told me that his first games, I don't really know what, what games he plays, or I don't think he knows, but he said he plays Repo.
Oh,
excuse me. Where's Repo? It's on the sloppy list over here. I mean, maybe you might not call it slop, but I don't think I'll play it. I'll call it slop. I don't know about y'all, but here it is. It's number 12 on the list. Okay, so Repo, he plays Skate, which is a free-to-play game. I wouldn't even touch it. He plays Fortnite. I wouldn't touch that either. Rocket League, I wouldn't touch it. Minecraft, I probably will touch a little bit of the dungeons. I played dungeons a little bit. I thought it was fun, but that's what the kids in my house.
You all heard what Professor Strong there sent? Professor Strong just said that 30% of PC gamers don't play with dedicated GPUs. In other words, they are playing game with very low specs. So their entry to playing these games is very minimal, and they are getting into PC gaming very early because they don't need to buy a GPU. That's an interesting stat. I need to research it.
Play, so that's not even far from it. And then he said this: anything horror or adventure related and shooting games related as well. Anything horror is
listen me, some of us right now, we are getting arthritis in our fingers, man. We can't play games. So listen me, no lie. Recently I was playing game and I found myself sleeping on myself. That never used to happen, guys. That never used to happen. I was sleeping on myself playing these games, man. You know what I'm saying? I like RPG games, but as you get older, things change. So I game mostly on a Sunday, sometime on a Saturday, because I'm working hard whole week. But yeah, even when I want to play games, sometimes my body say, "No, man, you need to go and sleep." you ain't no YN. you know why I'm like Pilum. You better go and sleep, man. That is what my body been telling me for a number of time.
Literally your keyword. There are these weird, janky, horror, horrific, shaky games that are very popular within the community of these youngins growing up. Let me get you guys in on some trends. Yo, PlayStation X or Civis, come and sit down and listen. Your children are playing these games before you.
Bounty said he has a trigger finger. Bounty, come on, man. Look where you're from. You have to have a trigger finger, man. You living in the wild, wild west. I mean, my country is the wild, wild west too. But yeah, man. Bounty fingers, man. He said he have a trigger finger, man.
Sit there and start yapping and talking all this. Let me go ahead and just learn you something, because we have to deal with this from the educational perspective. Where I actually now have to, my classes have gone back to classic classes. Yeah. We don't use those devices barely anymore. Once they walk in, I say, everybody, shut your Chromebooks off in your bags. We're going to do this. Now, my class.
The point what VG was making is that since COVID, a lot of these young ones have been using PCs, and they've been using their PCs to play games. So that is why PC gaming basically grew after 2020 significantly, because the children that were in school during COVID, they were introduced to PC gaming during that time. That made sense, and that's very interesting, VG. That makes a lot of sense.
Facilitates that. I'm going to tell you what I teach, because I don't want you to I don't want you to be to get jelly. And so these janky games, like these like Gorilla something fiery game, horror, janky knifey guy, is so weird. Another situation, another instance, another student of mine was talking about, I'm just asking them about music and all this stuff.
Right.
And they told me about a game inside of Roblox that has some really interesting.
Guys, I don't understand Roblox. I don't understand the appeal of Roblox. I mean, Roblox is killing it. I can't believe a game like that would have been, maybe in the top 3 most played games every year. Roblox is, what is the appeal of this Roblox? Some of these kids are going crazy off of this Roblox. I don't understand, man.
Music that's almost like garage music of the early 2000s from Great Britain. UK people, garage music, right? The one that like people used to make, tick, 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 that used to make with like, low Fruity Loops and all that stuff that blew up back in like the I think like mid 2000s or so, that became very popular at some point. The trend kind of died off. Yeah, and I'm not going to tell you the name of this one game.
Any
but it's a
subscribe
game that's
button,
inside of Roblox, and it's like a
right?
horror survival game, like a chase game. Not gonna say the name. And
So in Roblox, you could develop a game in the game.
I was very surprised when I started watching, videos of this game, because when they say anything, I'm like, I'm supposed to be in the know. So I take some time and I go research it if I remember. And I was like, this is what these kids are playing. My guy, these are the kinds of games. Now, where do you think these people that are making these games are actually getting the, what's driving them?
Oh, that's a fact. The numbers that these ponies like to state indicates that most of these kids are playing those type of games. Look at the attachment rate for some of the PlayStation first party games, right? Although PlayStation has over 90 million or 100 million consoles, the attachment rate is too small for some of their first party bangers. And that is not by chance, because a lot of persons buying PlayStation and they're buying it for Roblox, they're buying it for Fortnite, they're buying it for Minecraft. That is just the facts.
To make games like this? Is it because they don't, number one, many of them don't have the resources to make, the high production video games. But how are they aware of what kinds of games to make?
Yeah.
It's simply because that generation of gamer plays games that we would consider weird.
Yeah.
There's another creator that made Choo Choo Charles.
No,
This game
is it the reason why it is? That is why these ponies love baby steps. I mean, I would not have been caught dead playing a game like Baby Steps back in the day. I wouldn't be caught dead playing a game like Baby Steps back in the day. That's just the facts. But these ponies are eating up Baby Steps. These guys are walking, slipping, sliding. What is really going on here with these games like Baby Steps? These guys are saying Baby Steps are game of the year. I mean, it's crazy. Let me say shout out to P-Lump again. P-Lump is saying, what is P-Lump saying here? P-Lump is saying, I'm generally in a state of shock. You can't be serious. I thought I was Hawaiian. So I've been an unk for 6 years. Make this S make sense. P-Lump, man. Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, man. I'm sorry you had to find out like this, man. We are all unks, man. You better go home, get your Bengay, rub your knees, rub your ankles, rub your fingers, man, and you go and sleep. Go and take your medication and go and sleep, man. We are all unks in this place, man. Shout out to P-Love, man. Shout out to P-Love.
Was a very interesting game. It's just a shooter about a train that, it's chasing you and you're supposed to survive and all that stuff. And I gotta tell you, this was a very interesting game when I saw this game, because this kid used to do Unreal Engine tutorials. I was always amazed because I dabbled into game development. I still am. Right. We're taking a hiatus for the meantime. And when he was making this game, I thought, man, for a 17, 18-year-old at the time, he's now, in his 20s. I said, this kid's very impressive. And he chose this game to make because he'd been making all kinds of games all over the place. And this game is actually, rated to have sold over at least hundreds of thousands of units. Those are the estimates by all the play trackers. 488, 509, 585,000. Now he was able to use viral marketing and the fact that the game. Who do you think were most of the players who bought a game like this? Guys and girls, there are things that I don't. And for the sake of, I don't want to be saying too much.
That's so. Peter, what is that? My future fiance ex-wife just broke down. She didn't know too. That's how. She have eyes, Peter. Come on, man. Come on. What are you doing here, man? Hey, Peter, I'm stripping, man.
Because this kind of information is very useful for me. I need not put it out there immediately, because once you put it out there, a lot of agencies and people who are, they come and they start, trying to pick at it, because many of them can't see that perspective. Yeah. And I don't want to lord it over them. I mean, to be honest, I just want to say the experience, how I see it. And it might be anecdotal. but I'm not so certain about the anecdotal nature of it because they also communicate. This is a generation that has access to, moving information as fast as ever. They don't have.
It's amazing how these young ones figure out these things so quickly. To have young guys who are developing based on what VG is saying here. It's amazing how they are born in this time and they're able to figure out this stuff so quickly.
Have to wait for information anymore. You give them an assignment that is 50 questions long, they will punch it into an AI model and be done with the assignment in 4 minutes, bypass your filters of your organization and jump straight into what you call shovelware and play and enjoy and talk about it and brag about it. This is their arcade. This is when we used to go to the arcades and play against one another. This is the arcade of the young generation. It's what it is. So again, when I saw this comment, I was shocked because I guess perhaps I haven't put that context in front of you yet.
Vital
This is one of the reasons, like I said,
you're starring, man.
I get to experience, deal with, work around, and I have to create solutions against this paradigm as a problem or as a possible hindrance, right, in my work, and help these kids to be successful in the area that I want them to be successful in. They can play their games when they're home. And so I don't usually like putting that context into this, but I have to tell you, man, the Twitter and the YouTube understanding of the gaming scene is highly misguided and it's highly warped because there
are a lot of these guys who pretend like if they know what Sony is going to do. They don't know. No one predicted that Helldivers 2 was coming to Xbox. No one. Prior to that announcement being told, I did not see one PlayStation fan predicted that Sony would have put Helldivers onto Xbox. Right? They didn't do it, so they don't know what Microsoft or what Sony is going to do. And similarly, to VG's point, a lot of these companies is seeing the data. Don't you think both Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft have data to show where persons are excelling in when it comes to how they play, where they play, when they play? They have all of that data. So obviously they are going to make decisions based on the data. That is exactly what Sarah Bond said in the interview that she had not too long ago. They make their decisions based on the data. So again, guys, this is what we would have seen this week. I mean, this week was crazy. From Nintendo saying, hey, what if it is you want to hear sound? You got to pay up, right? I mean, there were some persons saying, you sure we have to pay? And Nintendo said yes.
Thank you.
You're making us pay for water, you son of a...
Yes.
You're making us pay for grapes?
That's
apples?
right.
Things that God gave us for free?
You will pay for it.
You will burn in hell when I'm through with you. You will not be allowed in my Father's house. At all.
At all. So yeah, Nintendo was stripping. We had persons who previously said that Xbox should not take credit for what Expedition 33 did. But the developers came and told all those ponies to shut up.
Oh, good! One!
Ponies. And the developers said, here what? Thanks to Xbox, thanks to Game Pass, they made the entry to our game easier for gamers, right? So we saw that. We also saw that here what? Although Jeff Keighley did not recognize the greatness you guys hearing me right? So although they did not recognize the greatness that was Xbox games, we are still seeing here that Rolling Stones magazine understood the assignment and they had a lot of games, a lot of Xbox games coming into their top 25. We also saw that PlayStation, although these ponies said Xbox is dead, although these ponies said that here what, Xbox players don't buy games. Hey, Stephen Martin, how you going, man? How you going, Stephen? Shout out to you, shout out to the fam, man. Although these guys said Xbox is dead, Xbox, here what, players don't buy games. Why did Sony decide to put God Slayer onto the Xbox? Could somebody tell me that? Why did Sony do that? No, they can't tell me that. So guys, let me just say shout out to everyone. Let me just say shout out to Stephen Martin. You just came in. Don't forget to hit the like button. Let's see if we can make it to 40 before we close the stream for tonight. Let me just say shout out to Dolomite, P-Lump, CU. Why so serious? These men are active in the community. Bounty Killer, shout out to Bounty again for all the support, giving all those gifted members, re-upping his membership. Shout out to MCell, always here supporting as well. Shout out to all you guys, man. All of you guys, I hope you guys are safe this week. Guys, remember, the closer you come to the holidays, is the more hectic the road is going to be. The more persons will be coming to rob you, because persons, they want their Christmas. If some person is going to be the Grinch to get their Christmas, they will do it. So guys, be observant, be alert in these streets. These streets ain't easy, man. These are some hard streets out here, man. So be careful out there, man. Thank you guys for all the support. Again, all the guys who would have sent a super chat or subscribe. Shout out to all you guys, man. Thanks for the love. Don't forget, guys, look forward to the award show. The award show is coming on the 26th. I still have a few more categories to put up, so get ready to vote in those categories so we can have a great award show. So guys, take it easy, be safe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys. Peace out. Let me just say, put God first and mankind after. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.